Okay, so panel discussion. The topic of the panel discussion is the IT leader as the Chief Acceleration Officer, CAO. Okay, how would you...
I'm Managing Director of Myer Eisen. Let me just jump straight in and say that I think one of the key things for people to realize is that there is limited bandwidth within companies. So whenever we're talking about IT resource within companies, whether it's physical resource or whether it be people, there is a limited bandwidth available. And at the same time, you have more and more data becoming available for people. So this whole concept of big data. So then taking this concept of I have more and more sources, how do I analyze it in a way that the rest of the team can, in fact the whole company can use it in a constructive way so I can understand my business. And then on the other side saying, well, okay, if I have this limited bandwidth, then how do I prioritize that bandwidth? What is my business? How can I, what do I need to do internally? What do I need to do externally? So bottom line, the CIO or whatever the title is really needs to be a core member of the driving team of the business. And that's not necessarily always the case today. IT is still in a lot of parts seen as almost like a service department to the others, to the finance department, to production, whatever else is out there, delivery organizations, supply chain organizations. But unless one, on day one, gets the CIO into the table, the executive team table, and has him part of the discussion from day one, you're never going to move forward. At the same time, I think the requirements of the CIO therefore change in that not only does he need to be competent in technology, but he also needs to understand business. Because if you're going to be able to contribute sitting around as part of the executive team, just being competent at technology is not good enough now. You need to understand business. You need to understand the various the ways, the information that we have available to us, the external sources of information that we could get access to it, and how that can directly impact the business as a whole. So I won't talk. I think it was an introduction. I don't want to. But yeah. So, but bottom line, I think that the whole concept of what the CIO is needs to change, and that almost going back to the education that Jim was talking about there, good management does lead to sort of good business, and management education of the CIO needs to include a large part of business competence as well as just IT competence.
Thank you, Bill.